White people are losing empathy. Black fatigue is definitely real. But so is the agenda to keep all of us divided. They want us angry and tired. It ain't about a race. That's what they want to make it about. But is it about race or control? I want y'all to watch this video that's going viral titled, White People Are Losing All Empathy and Compassion for Blacks. Then you will know racism and oppression. Dr. T dropping nukes.
Just listening to a video. This is Dr. T. Just listening to a video of a guy expressing the true sentiments of white people. White people are tired of this shit. White people are tired of hearing racism, oppression. Oh God, they're racist against me. White people are tired of hearing black people's excuses of why they can't graduate high school, why they can't raise their kids. Black kids running all over the city. Running all over the city, no parents. I know why, because the parents let them do this shit. I've worked with black parents for decades. They won't work with you. They won't cooperate. Their lives are going down the tubes, and I can't get black parents to do anything, especially black mothers. I have seen black mothers chase the men that wanted to be there for their kids out of the state with their obnoxious, degrading, and conflicting behaviors constantly. The men just left the state. They couldn't deal with it anymore. And I knew they weren't lying because I met with these women and they were like that with me. And I was trying to save their child. White people are done. And when white people get sick and tired of us and this crazy behaviors and trying to blame them for it, this white people, no one's hearing that anymore, black people. No one's hearing that anymore. White people are getting ready to remove their support from you. And when they do it, then you're going to understand what racism and oppression is all about, Dr. T.
First of all, I just want to say that, hey man, you try to live your best life out here. You know, we're not here to try to appease none of that. However, I want to highlight some of the things that he spoke on. Some uncomfortable truths in there for sure, for a lot of people, not for us, because, you know, here that's all we do is talk about the uncomfortable truths. But he talked about black moms. I don't know if he's a therapist or what kind of doctor, I'm just going to assume. Black moms and not being able to get through to them. And then he also talked about black fathers basically not being present, which is, how do I say, all of this has been calculated. And the mainstream media and the deep state, they know about these things. Why are we so divided? Why do they want to maintain this division amongst us, this whole race issue? Why do we want to maintain this whole victim complex? And why are we allowing rich black people to tell us that we are oppressed? It doesn't make sense. We don't have any more room for excuses. We have so much technology. We made so many advancements. Nobody, not just white people, nobody, even us. I don't want to hear no excuses, man. Get out there and make something happen. But, you know, let's be honest, man. Black fatigue is real. You got constant news, trauma cycles, systemic mess or whatever the case, identity struggles, wear you down in terms of how they portray it. Identity black this and black that and black business and black moms and all that type of stuff. However, here's a guy who got kicked out of the black community for speaking on the black community. We can't even speak on us.
So I was just told that I've turned my back on the black community because of a recent video I did about Jasmine Crockett. I've been waiting on this one.
Oh.
What this is called is selective morality. Let's ignore the fact that ain't no white robes running through our neighborhoods, just black folks terrorizing other black folks. Let's ignore the fact that ain't no white supremacists shooting up our blocks. It's us. Let's ignore the fact that we make music glorifying our own destruction and then cry when the streets match the lyrics. We love screaming black unity, but will rob, jump, scam, and kill our own people with no hesitation whatsoever. Preaching we gotta stick together, while setting up your own brothers and snaking your own sisters. Love blaming the society for why our neighborhoods look like war zones while cheering for the very culture that keeps them that way. Talking about black pride while rapping about murdering each other, turning women into baby mamas, and making it seem like being broke, violent, and ignorant is a personality trait. Everybody want to scream support black businesses, but will run to Gucci before you ever spend $1 with your own people while looking for a hookup at the same time. We want to whine about gentrification, but won't invest in your own damn community. Instead, trash it. And then cries when somebody else moves in and builds it the fuck up. And then the worst part, y'all expect every black person to fall in line with this bullshit ideology. Because how dare a black person think for themselves, right? How dare someone not subscribe to this self-inflicted victimhood bullshit? Y'all want unity? Start by looking in the fucking mirror. The truth is, black folks ain't even for black folks. The biggest threat to black people ain't Trump. It ain't the police. It ain't white people. It's us. It's our own self-hatred, our own refusal to hold each other accountable, and our own addiction to playing the goddamn victim while glorifying the very shit that holds us back. Who's out here shooting up black neighborhoods? Not Trump. Who's rapping about killing each other, robbing each other, and treating our women like trash? Not Trump. Who's making our own communities unlivable, unsafe, and uninvestable, then crying about it and wondering why they won't build up our neighborhoods? Not Trump. Who raised us to fear and hate each other more than any racist system ever could? We did that to ourselves. But now let's keep blaming everything on racism, while we kill, rob, and destroy our own at a rate the Klan could only dream of. Let's keep pretending every black person is on the same team when half of y'all wouldn't even piss on another black person if they were on fire. Y'all would film it and yell World Star. Let's keep screaming about oppression while cheering on the destruction of our own communities. Y'all don't want justice. Y'all don't want unity. Y'all don't want progress. You just want an excuse to stay in the same damn cycle while blaming everyone else but yourselves. So now I'm not turning my back.
Yeah, of course. We always looked at us turning our back. It's weird, right? You get in a space where, you got the black community. We always talking about, oh, we got these white people speaking on us. Don't let nobody white people speak on us and all this, that, and the third. They have that sentiment. And then a black person speaks on a situation and it's, oh, you're trying to send for the white man. You're trying to send for the white man, which is a direct, that's directly removing yourself from accountability. Come on now. That's not like, how do you, like, what do we do? They can't talk about the black community and we can't talk about it without being kicked out of the black community. We cannot lean on any more excuses, and I don't excuse racism, and I'm not here to baby nobody either. If you checked out of this conversation because you're tired of hearing about black issues, that's your problem. And if you're still blaming everybody else without taking any personal action, that's your problem too. Growth ain't comfortable, but it's required. Now, it goes a little deeper. Who benefits from this fatigue? Why is it that every time things are starting to get better, division starts to ramp up again? You're seeing Donald Trump making all these great moves in legislation. In terms of, making peace deals, out here getting trade and all this good stuff. And all the Democrats want to do is talk about black and white issues. Listen.
I'm telling you now, I talked about this before. Nobody wanted to listen to me. Donald Trump is going to make it safe for America to deport black felons into other countries. He's doing it right now. They are tired of incarcerating black people. They want to deport black people. I'm not talking about our African and Caribbean immigrant brothers and sisters. I'm not talking about our British and Canadian brothers and sisters. I'm not talking about our Central and South American brothers and sisters. I'm talking about homegrown, born in America Africans. They want to create a situation, Art, where they can deport black people. Why? Because they're running out of white people. And that's why Donald Trump has this new baby initiative where he wants to pay white women $5,000 and give them some tax breaks if they will reproduce, if they will procreate. So the way they want to make America great again is to make America white again, find a loophole in the law or create a new law that allows you to deport American Africans, pay white women to have more white Americans, and that way America can be white and great again.
Hold on. Well, first of all, I'm sorry. I just seen something that's not supposed to. What? First of all, this is the type of rhetoric that gets spread in the black community, and people bite on to white people this and white people that, and somehow he's alluding the idea that Donald Trump is somehow trying to make the white race supreme and eradicate black people. We're doing it ourselves. You ever heard of Margaret Sanger? Listen, every other strong community holds itself accountable economically, culturally, and even socially. And we ignore problems like crime, broken homes, our financial situations, and we won't talk about our decision-making skills. We just only blame the system. And that's how we've been losing leverage. Blaming white people might feel good for a couple seconds, maybe 30 seconds, but it ain't going to pay the bills, man. And it ain't going to fix these schools. It ain't going to raise our children. At some point, that victim mindset becomes a trap, not a tool. I don't know, man. This type of stuff right here is annoying, man. This type of rhetoric that gets spewed. I'm tired of us always being emotionally manipulated by this. Here's some more truth right here.
I'm gonna need for all of my dumbass family, because I'm calling to talk about some, well, what do you think about what Trump doing now? You see what Trump doing now? Listen, I got what I wanted out of my vote the very first week that Trump was in office, okay? I wanted women to get their rights back and for them to stop letting transgenders play in women's sports. And I wanted them to take all of the LGBTQIA, B, C, D, E, F, G out of the schools and to stop forcing it on children and get them nasty ass books out of the kids' schools. I got what I wanted out of my vote. I wanted all of those illegal immigrants that was here hurting American women to get deported. I got what I wanted. Stop asking me. I'm good. I'm back to living my life like you don't do. Because every single 4 years, y'all dumbasses let the richest black people in entertainment stand up and tell you that you can't do it and that you being held down, when their very existence is showing you that that's not true.
Amen to that. And speaking on the deportation process, Dr. Umar saying that black people are going to get deported and Donald Trump is trying to set that up. That's just not, you can't deport an American citizen. Period. Black Americans born in the U.S. are U.S. citizens, and you cannot deport someone who literally has nowhere else to go, nowhere else to be deported to. That would mean, of course, unless he had dual citizenship or undocumented status. That's not how citizenship or deportation laws work. And right here it also says black Americans make up the foundation of this country. For sure, man. Trump, love him or hate him, you cannot deport the very citizens that help build this country. You can't repeal the Constitution, bro. You can't even attempt to do it. That's just not how this works. It's just not reality. But this type of rhetoric is what gets spewed in our community, and we latch on to it. But hey, back to black fatigue.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is tired of. Number one, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and violent, and mean, and angry all the time.
Jasmine Crockett is going to hear you.
Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know when you see them in public. You know when they're going to give you attitude at the CVS. Everybody knows it and they want to avoid it. The second group of black people that everybody is tired of is this sort of like fake black bougie intelligentsia who kind of like walks around telling everybody how they're supposed to think or speak or act. when it comes to anything black. These are the most privileged black people in the world. These people have built enormous platforms and have so much money, and yet they are still perpetual victims all the time. And all they ever do is lecture white people about how to talk to or about black people, and then they lecture other black people if they don't talk or think or speak in ways in which they approve. Black fatigue is real. Everybody is so tired of both of these groups of black people that they don't know what to do. So yeah, black fatigue is real, and I got it.
He said, I got it. Look, we can't build power while being emotionally manipulated. That's why we got to stop listening to all these mainstream media, left-wing leaning holes, of information, whether you're tired, mad, confused, and we got to step back and take accountability. We do. Also, who's pulling the strings behind this? You got to ask yourself. Democrats. Then decide if you're going to keep playing that game. Or build your own. Y'all be safe. Go check out somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life.